we get today Tuesday, February 25, inside the year 2025. We get some big alleged in the year, and we can address the question of decongestion of the center of Leone. That means how will they make the city free for let people to move about. And today, the very first time as well, I get the privilege for welcome Naya, former Assistant Inspector General of Police, now Honorable Minister of Internal Affairs, the Right Honorable Morilego ESQ.
Thank you.
I'm glad you forget you today. Clap for a new minister. But you don't take the arena and see the carry from and direct me. On the left, for represents the Freetown City Council, because this conversation requires the Freetown City Council. We invite Madam Omar Hassan Kamara in the Information, Education and Communication title officer, and we're glad for getting here as well.
Thanks for having me. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And last but by no means the least, as you know, this is not the governmenting platform, but one of the things that we don't do is to make sure that the conversation with the guild and the voices really reflect the country. And today, I'm glad to say Mr. Ishmael Sadi, we are the president for the Bike Riders Union. Today, I think he gets supporter than I am. The woman has been around today, which is very good. We can get a frank conversation. We hear first from the minister, then from the council, but then we also hear from the Bike Riders. But as usual, before we can start, I can let for good updates on inside the government of Salone, within the happen, some of the top headline news there we happened inside the past week. Number one, he don't please His Excellency first for appointment, and I come to that. Mr. Ambassador Fudi Yonkela as Sierra Leone's ambassador designate to his sister country, Republic of Guinea. So that means effectively the previous holder of that position, Almami Bakura, don't be relieved of your duty, and now His Excellency don't please her for their appointments. A very distinguished Ambassador for the Yonkela, family member and say he served as minister, he don't serve as ambassador before. This man a decorated public servant. And he's we don't serve for distinction. Next news, now that His Excellency the President, Brigadier retired Dr. Julius Maga Wonibio, he received 2 prestigious African Continental Awards there over the weekend. I've been very privileged for being among the minister there who we witnessed this very small but impressive ceremony. 1 award, and here I say in a he for she champion award, and then the first ever African Intelligence Award, AI Intelligence Award, we again for work we do for promote human development. For receive this award, the leader then sent Her Excellency Joyce Banda, former president of Malawi and founder of the Joyce Banda Foundation, alongside Princess Dr. Oskansi, who is the founder of the Napotech Center for Excellence, for letting come and His Excellency the President this very distinguished award. I think as minister and one of the things that we're very proud of for say again hearty congratulations to His Excellency. This is a part of where he work, the world they recognize them for transform the image of the country. Next, the Minister of Finance will express some concern to NIA say on the revenue generation, and he say the NIA need for continue to do more for let we increase revenue, we will make resources available to you all. Number 3, now that's for number 4 now, the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs and the National Association of Certified Tour Guides, they will now mark the World Tour Guides Day. The theme for this year are tour guides as peace ambassadors, and for honor the tour guides them and the role that they play for promote cultural heritage and for support the local economy and for make sure the people of the Salone get a good experience with the Kaya. On Tuesday, 18th February, His Excellency will mark the 16th Armed Forces Day and he will lead the celebration for honor the vigilant man and woman of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, where they make who sleep in a net, and then they take up arms for the family. This is an annual event, we include a historic parade that will perforce and a tribute to the people here. We, as I say, the day before for the family. President Leone, they say at the ceremony that we honor the legacy of bravery and patriotism, where they define the Republic of Salone Armed Forces, and they say we owe them a debt of gratitude for where they live their lives, for them to be free. As you know, President Leone, as a young man, straight from high school, he volunteered for serve, for defending country, and serve in a war we make to get peace today. Finally, one of the biggest news that we'll get last week, at the 29th General Assembly of the Organization of African First Ladies for Development, Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Fatima Mada Jabivio, being elected as the new president for this organization. We, the elector, Madam First Lady Fatima Mada Jabivio, say he get the honor for getting this responsibility for lead at the continental level, and he reminds say, nothing or the way impossible we put in hands to and who come together as a people for one. We will dedicate the award to their husband, His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, for his steadfast support, in guidance, and in belief we know the shake. It's not English in the right, it's not beautiful in a Creole. So I answer the really English word they are like. They say the president not just in personal life, but a greatest source of encouragement in this journey of service. As you know, Madam First Lady are one of the biggest global champions for women in picking their rights. And this honor we don't honor right now as president for all the First Ladies in Africa. And another beautiful feather to the cap of Salone. And we want to again congratulate her on behalf of the people of Salone for that historic achievements there. Later on, I will provide briefing on one issue we got for deal with a judgment will happen na the Supreme Court na Salone will be there for do with land business. And we don't see plenty people when they talk different thing about because of the ruling. The AG don't prepare a detailed brief we want to present to people. I want to start this conversation before the end. I will come and present that so people will get the facts. So I know the job I have and for many people of this country get the facts. I want to take this opportunity to tell plenty thank you to VSO, the make sure we get slides and language. All the fact that they're welcome with good internet now. I feel still with steadfast supporter. Say how it's make sure we go on water, orange, and others there with the support to the UNDP. We make sure this place look as nice as it look. All the gadgets they will get like UNDP and now the Chinese government as well for the support to one for thank you. I will get all that out of the way. I want to come to you now. Mr. Minister, the very first step is this platform. I congratulate you first on your appointment as Minister for Internal Affairs. Since your appointment, we only see one thing that I appreciate on a personal level, where I want to take this opportunity to tell you personally. As Minister, you get an instinct of communicate. And all the group they are there with you, anything they happen, you quickly share the updates. Even a fire happen here and this happen here, and make a glad. Say we get a partner in you. We understand the need for the public get access to information. So I have to thank you first for that. But because you have been in a public for long, people know say you know be an effective public officer, effective police officer who serve the country with distinction. You retire and you be honored, and now the pardon you come back. Before we come to the big question we can talk about, I just want to give you an opportunity for the first time when you talk to the people on this platform, for them to just share what's your vision as Minister of Internal Affairs, what you will set up for do as Minister. So just take maybe a few minutes and just want to tell you and my panelists that that's how we're going to hear, and then say, yeah, we'll go by time. As we start sharp on time. So if you see I ask you a question, I say take 4 minutes. As I say take 4 minutes, the time will start in 4 minutes. As you don't, the 4 minutes already either sounding. Or while you see them, so you don't go allow them. So take for me 3 to 4 minutes. We need extra 4 minutes. Then at the rest, that first part the first. As Minister, waiting, how you meet the office, then waiting your vision as Minister of Internal Affairs.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, and good afternoon, everyone. Like you say, I'm the first time for camp, then hopefully I will become from time to time. And thank you very much for those very fine compliments. And I want to take this opportunity for thank His Excellency the President who appoints me the first retired police officer for man the Minister of Internal Affairs in the history of that ministry, and of course Parliament for them overwhelmingly endorse and approve your appointment. I want to thank you, Minister, more specifically because you make this conference in one of our indigenous local language, where they make now where they talk with and to our people, not but talk on our people. In fact, I plead to everybody and of course the nation for taking one step, another level, for that will make Creole the national language of this country. Because in other places, thank you very much. In other places, people then talk, you go Korea, you go Ukraine, you go so many places, Saudi Arabia, and they are talking their own, and also training and teaching their own people in their own language. So why can't we do that? In fact, that would be part of liberation that would involve Malaysia for mental slavery. So, Mr. Minister, that's my humble recommendation. Well, coming back to my vision, when I assumed office, I asked my ministry when we strategic plan. Unfortunately, there was none. So I said, no, we have to do a strategic plan. Because modern way of doing business, you have to have a plan. And that plan, now you tell people what you want to do, what say you do now, what say you want to go. And it also gives them the opportunity for them to grade you, so that whatever you're doing is transparent and accountable. So we don't begin to formulate a vision for make Sierra Leone the safest place to be in the world. It's a big vision, but collectively together, all of us, it's not impossible to achieve. So my plea to all of us is to see how we can work towards that vision. We're trying now for come with 2 objectives. So I don't do a lot of internal consultation, Minister. I'll come back to now with those findings, and then we'll all work together for them to do a vision and a strategic plan. We don't hold the first brainstorming meeting, the ministry itself initially, and then all the agencies. I have 9 agencies: police, correctional service, independent company, board, immigration, national civil registration, we don't hold a meeting with them, they also don't come, they don't contribute. The next step is to do external consultation, and all of you will be part of it, and we'll also go on the provinces, because we want to bring everybody on board, but let them know where the ministry is heading to, and for all of us collectively together for achieve that vision to make sure you're the best place to be and the safest place to be in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. So the vision for make Sierra Leone a safe place, the best place for me, and you know, people, someone will say the minister as well, now a lawyer, and we can call him more longo ESQ, a man way, a lawyer, and they go about in a very systematic way. When I hear we say, first the big question we ask, who get strategic plan there, and that plan B. Now I want to join them for call on even as we do constitutional review, maybe this is not something we put the email and the age don't need talk. For let we include say Creole, let it be the national language of Salone. The language we talk all over. Even at parliament, some parliamentarians I don't know when they talk, so because the English arts, me and English the arts made. Okay, always talk that talk this English the arts made. Because you're thinking one language, you have to transfer and go say, idiots, only if you talk English, idiots. But anyway, Minister, look out to this big conversation we get. I think a few weeks ago, we have been issued a press release and call on bike riders and say, certain treats that they will have been put. Long list of treats. Maybe free until they're not for good. When I've been given dates, time, if you like, when I've done meet with them. But if you like say some challenges we did. So today, while I use this platform for letting people in the full picture, within the happen, how it happened, why it happened, why we not need for pulling the bike ride and athlete on, what are the steps they will not take, what are the benefits there. So for that day, Mr. Minister, we will give up to 7 minutes. Because while it take you 10, the family will understand. The answer will remind you as well. With this press conference of this 5 to 7 minutes we use, we will cut that part they put on the public. So people will really understand what's in this process, the step the way they take, the engagement the way they do. So the opportunity to talk to the people. You get 7 minutes.
Thank you very much. The first thing I will say is that the CBD ban is succeeding and it will be sustained. Way above Parliament, one of the things with the parliamentarians persistently been the same before they congest the CBD across the board. So it was APC, SLPD. They were all up in arms and saying, what are you going to do about it? So when I resumed or assumed office, I asked the IG, what plan do we have for the CBD? They said that we don't engage the UNDP, and we won't tell the UNDP a lot of times, together with the bike riders executive, the president is here, and then the PRO, the whole executive, very wonderful, good people. They mean very well for the country. And say we don't get a plan. So I asked for let us see the plan and the strategy. I was satisfied with it. So on the 1st of November, before that, I held a meeting with the bike riders, the police, and all other stakeholders. We reviewed this strategy, and I was satisfied that it was a good strategy, and we can go on that. Given also the police background, I mean, most of you know I was in operations, police operations, so I know those issues. So we decided, we agreed. So on the 1st of November, we started. Since not a traffic issue, the police get discretion, we talk, say, okay, we'll first start for one, make sure we don't demarcate the area of the CBD. So we deploy police and also the bike monitors together so that we will police the CBD. So far, the feedback we get is generally holding and any respect time. And I want to give kudos and thanks to the executive and also for some of the members that way they obey although there are few, we still they disobey. So today, before I attend this meeting, we held another meeting for review what they happen now and what progress we don't make and what challenges are there. So we discussed those issues. We find out, say, the good things will don't happen is far better than the challenges within. And that people now, they're going to the CBD and job phone, the accident don't reduce where people are in the bank, and it's relatively free for them people that go in and do business. We all know how that place is seriously congested because of the facilities or the way the colonial city was built. They're all crowded in that small area we call the CBD. So, to cut matters short, for give the update, it is holding. But I want to appeal to everybody, especially the one that will have passengers, will have pillions, when they take the bike riders into the CBD. That the next, because now enforcement, we don't give them 1 month, we will talk to them and say, nobody with a warning advice. It's discretionary because now a traffic issue, not a criminal issue. But going forward, we will now begin for enforcement. You when a passenger, you tell the bike rider for Kemigo, you might be aiding and abetting an offense. We can charge the bike rider, we also charge you. So please, tell our people and everybody say, if the bike rider want Kemigo, they say, no, we're not go there. And not encourage the bike rider for Kemigo there. So the other thing we will try for that we implement are the crash helmets for their own safety. But because of health reasons, for now, we'll not talk about the passengers, because we want to make sure that other people that use the crash helmet, their sanity, it's safe because of the diseases that they all pass on. But for the bike riders, it is compulsory, and we'll get first start for enforcement. Because we want for save their lives, and want for make sure that when they're fall, they are not seriously injured. Because on the government, they act like picking, like daddy for picking. Picking up, you know certain dangers, but in parents they know, and then they advise them against those dangers. But if you don't listen, there will be sanctions. Go small, then they flag you. So next time you don't go do one. But since we're not the flag now, the law will take the course. And for the bike riders, when they persistently go into the CBD, we will start for suspend their license so that they're not going to ride again. And if you suspend their license, then they ride, then of course, you don't commit that offense, say, you don't ride a motorcycle or without a license. And we also now, they withdraw some of the police that they point them because we want to let them bike monitors, then they take more responsibility. And we empower them by law, which we call authorize them, so that then you will take control, and when they direct you, they say you don't do this, you don't do that, then you do one under section 127 of the Act. They say when you disobey, they will fine you in 100,000, or you pay the fine and you also go jail. But for now, we're not going to start for jail, but we'll suspend your license. So far, so good. It's holding, it's sustaining, and we are happy with the progress. And we want to thank the executive and also the bike riders that will respect the law so far. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. I think we don't have any facts in the whole and the reason they will put this in place. And the minister say we move to enforcement. See what I mean? It means say now and therefore if you go, you the passenger or you the bike man will then will enforce certain sanctions on you. The government say the thing they waited and the option and for doing a fine, jail term, suspension of license, and then get different options where they will use for applying. If they suspend the license and you do that, means you don't violate even the bigger law. I don't come to you at Tikaba because this work not will be done without the Freetown City Council. And when internal affairs, local governments or government do something we can by the city, we have self get a perspective. So I wanted to share from the perspective of the council on this question of clearing the center of the city. What's on your role, what's on your perspective, and how you see it will be done very well.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, and once more good afternoon, colleagues all. To be sincere enough, this is not a lot of big venture for we as a council, Freetown City Council to be specific. Because, you know, if you look at the plans that we don't put in place in terms of transforming Freetown, one of the pillars that we look at now urban mobility. But unfortunately for we will not get the mandates, the function not evolved to we as council for let we able to take up on this kind of venture. So now we're stating our government done, you know, be committed for ensure that we develop, we'll be able to beautify and plan the urban better. I feel saying a big relief for me as a council. Because, you know, if time for permits me, I want to mention most of the challenges that we get in terms of, especially this bike rider thing. That's not maybe.
President there, so tell me some of the challenges.
Yes. One of the main challenges is that this bike rider, in terms of like what we look at in search of greener pasture, youth they don't mobilize from the urban, rural setting to the urban setting. And we all know how council they operate. Most of you know how council they operate. By locality and they get to do with population. And Freetown, we don't overpopulate it. Looking at the resources that will get at hand, looking at the facilities that will get at hand, looking at the other factors in terms of staffing and other things then, and we don't like really become burdensome on we. So now that's one of the things that we central government don't do in terms of regulating this bike rider business, it don't bring a big relief for me. So that's not make we set as council, they come back at the drawing board for we can look at some of the challenges there. I mean some of the way forward, sorry. Looking at the plans we'll get in terms of transforming Freetown and transforming lives. And as much as we look at for ensure say people they don't come, we go to get them. The people, brothers and sisters they don't come, we're not going to get them. But we also want to look at certain areas because this don't make them don't, you know, get the opportunity for make and create a lot of informal settlements. And that's the affect so many other aspects. So with this regulation currently, we believe that working with central government, especially in the area of enforcement, we hope and pray that as we don't start this collaboration, they will continue for bring we come on board. Because we say yes, we don't know enforcers, we don't have metropolitan police. And they get a lot for do. Although by bylaw we get the mandates, some of them see are not daily because the car say the function of transportation, that sector not default to we. So we don't get that mandate for enforce. But we don't say this beginning, because everything gets a beginning. So this they make now, I mean we get an open opportunity, so windows of opportunity wherein we said the crime is that council for this support because these are people and then our residents and we care for the safety. We would only get a lot of challenges in terms of security, in terms of environmental challenges, in terms of safety. Because every day we see what they happen out there. You know, safety in a sense, apart from the accidents, in the area of thefts, where people they drop bag, or rider they carry drop people the bag, and all the security system, we don't become bothersome. But we can't get a limited mandate. But this is just the beginning, and we're really happy for this. Even as they come and engage me, boss, and one of the things that I will be really open and they see, even now we come to meetings because we get a committee, when our transport committee, where we all go able to engage and bring this come to the committees then, as councillors, they will just go able for come up with resolutions or forward to central government for let them empower us more for help. Because the CBD beautification, the CBD planning or urban planning, a big thing within our pillar in terms of transforming Freetown so that we're able to attract investors, we're able to attract tourists will able attract other better opportunities, international opportunities.
So when internal affairs don't clear fit on so now the center, you know they go make a nice, now they go beautify.
Definitely, because they don't make us sing for it. Because you know, not only like the bike riders, we also wish that they will able also give you a stronger support in terms of street trading. Because if we talk about the bike riders and one area that, but the other bigger challenge will get is street trading. You know, so we hope it will be like side by side. Because we know
so we don't start here, you want to go back to the
other side.
Okay,
yes,
we come to the minister back, we can ask another question there. But for now, I'll tell you plenty thank you. And I want to give the chance now to the president of the Bike Riders Union, Mr. Sandy, Ishmael Sandy. Mr. Sandy, you are president. We don't have somebody challenge there. For the minister, president, so we don't work together. Explain to me how we understand and take part for the process for creating this ban. Why and how you, as the president and the union, they work for make sure say this ban here the whole matter. You have 5 minutes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Minister. Good afternoon, colleagues, and good afternoon, colleagues bike riders, executive. In the first place, I want to tell that you got thanking will make a possible means for Ladia today and talk to the nation. And through the bike riders, with the appeal for this engagement for them continue. Then with people that go learn, who go learn. Yeah. CBD business, not until they start. Not to brigadier retired can start CBD on a government. Neither former president and Eskroma, not to start CBD. We start CBD 1998-99. The time the late president, former vice president Ekuma Berewa, now started CBD operation. Then turn the name danger castle. My big brother, my daddy would testify. Then turn the next fight, send her on our bikes and when the boss retire, you follow, you die. Then no one know. We pass that stage there. That time I'm in police. Every day as operation, now the police. We don't pass so many cadres for CBD, but nobody succeed. Because engagement not be there during the day. They just grab as a government, they want to impose law, when they call the executive for me to engage, how they for do it. Now make Pakababi do it, he fail. And Eskomaka do it, he fail. Mana Bioba don't carry they continue. But facing this time around, we don't go fail this CBD. Yeah?
You know the fail.
Yeah. Now I make us say, it not go fail this CBD because the method we carried by the special grace of God, it not go fail. Because now a grassroots politician and now a former bike rider. Yes, of course. They know about bike business, now make it not get for fail. Since in the history of Sierra Leone for CBD, now the first thing is we will launch operation. We will not even start it to. We just say, hey, when they see the place clear. Because we know that they get the CBD. We don't highlight everything una say they see for ourselves. The CBD not be declared because they not be take the right measures how the CBD for go. Because like the Internal Affairs Minister now former policeman. Government don't train and don't spend money, don't do all things. When it go too bad, then the guy by the police, who said they will not buy the can't take. That soldier man, government don't spend a lot of money, don't train her, they go do bad, when they pull an abike, they can't take it. Same transfer to city council. You go fire force the same. You don't get for right for say I want this hope. Now okay, China street to count you. You can't join the union. Yeah. So whenever we put any law, they fix it there above. They fix it there above because it take us now soldier, in a police, in a this. Now the more we blend in a CBD. But we don't amplify them, we don't sit down, we don't talk about them, we don't sit down, we don't plan a well. We don't put law, the other obey. Now this be the make with the fail. And Salone will start up or not the end. But the special grace of God, this one will end up. As we don't start, we don't get for relent, we want let government put more measures. For Lord will continue. When the city now, so what are proud of her? People they say, free traffic not in that the city now. Why? Because it don't clear. You know, all the for count board for make sure say Salone be better place for all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I'm glad the way you talk say this conversation we don't start for a long term. And that the approach we President Leone government don't take it different. Plenty people don't talk about traffic and this done for years. Would I get what it takes for solve the traffic problem? I want to just remind us say President Leone carry to work fine. We create very specific bus routes there. Some people be complain, but overall it don't lead to decrease in traffic. Better movements. We also bring down street lights, traffic lights. With traffic light, they become people they complain, say, they call me, in fact, some family swear the traffic lights off. But I think any objective reading of the traffic lights means say now, we know say the traffic you walk around is predictable. If you stop for a while, in a few minutes you go. Whereas today, if you did one side no more, if not the people they get mind and they pass no more, you know they get no chance for pass. Now with the lights, we see the traffic situation. The next problem was this overcrowding of the central business district. Because the CBD, I don't understand, say CBD means say central business district. That's mean inside it outside all the some people buy and sell. When people don't want to do business, say like gonna talk, like do business, and that's how they call CBD. And the Internal Affairs Ministry, the police, them name the streets, they always say, by command enough for daily because they add to the pressure, and people in Bokude so long allow, and not to know where they do some countries in the West, including like major cities in the world, like New York City. So then they can lock certain street and say, and people that buy food somewhere they go there. Yeah, bike on the pass here, motor on the pass here, bicycle on the pass here. So man, say, Salone they decide say, you know, the freedom of movement. That's not true. All over the world, government they make certain decisions. One more thing, Mr. Minister, before we come to questions. Now, the street trading, the council say this problem follow address, we just address the bike mandate because bike mandate are just part of the problem. I may just comment quickly on this question of street trading, and then I will give this update to again from the ladies office, and then I will come to my phone and ask questions. Let's go ahead.
Thank you very much. We talk about the streets then. First, let I mention the streets then because I think a lot of people still don't know. So, because I want to amplify with voices. Kennedy Street, Kisi Road, Frobe Road up to Service Square, but from Service Square now take Leone because then you can, then the Service Square and go across. Sani Abacha Street, East, East End Police Club Tower, Godrich Street, Lumley Street, Upper East Street, Circular Road, Regent Road, Panemba Road, Cotton Tree, Passenger Street, Charlotte Street, Wilberforce Street, Gloucester Street, House Street, Rollins Street, Wallace Johnson Street, Lamina Sanford Street, Shaka Stevens Street, Putney Street, Bathurst Street, Dundas Street, Adelaide Street, Luton Road, Sanders Street, Campbell Street, Savage Street, Waterloo Street, Brook Street, Wellington Street, Nebana Street, Charles Street, Jones Street, and Main Street. So I want to
like 36 streets then, I mean,
36 years. Because we add today we will review, we'll find out say Main Street should be added. So we add Main Streets today. So coming to the issue of street trading, you know, the problems now Freetown, there's so many. And I think we put them under the issue of lawlessness and discipline. What we get to do as a ministry, we get to hold a special conversation on the issue of indiscipline and lawlessness, of course including street trading, noise pollution, people that they honestly noise all over the place, and whose mic, and you go even places in our residential areas, bars they need it, clubs they need it. So these are issues we will get for address holistically. So I want to show Madam say we will engage them. We will hold a national conversation on those issues. Say which waiting and waiting will they talk or they say lawlessness. Which are the indiscipline? What are the immediate ones that we want to address? So like Minister said, most of the time approach issues in a very structured and well-organized way so that we don't go back and forth on it. So I want to assure you and the country that we take those issues because some of the issues when the indiscipline and lawlessness in Freetown, not only the same Napo or Kenema, they get their own issues. So we have to look at those issues and we bring all the stakeholders on board. I had an experience where I didn't have police, where we free up some of the street trading. Abacha Street was one, Kisi Road, clear. The next day, the mayor came to me and said, oh, this is not what people like, nothing will happen. Let me make clear and let me draw a line. I said, Mayor, we draw a line, you know, you walk. He said, hey, we draw a line. You know, they're going to the people that go say in the higher quarters, I want to sabotage government. So we come back to me and said, Mayor, you know what they say, policeman want to sabotage government, that is so that I'm fearful of something. So I'm not going to let me go to that. I have the hindsight, experience, and I want to use that experience for all address the issue once and for all. So, Mr. Minister, thank you very much. That's my response to that.
So we get a discipline officer as minister. Everything you do is strategic and systematic. I want to tell you, thank you, Mr. Minister. You know, really bring a lot to this position in this very short time. I've been getting a lot of questions I want to ask you for you just provide a quick update on this question of deportations. Since you there, last week I've been clarifying. I see one press reports people go and say they want to deport 1,500 Salone people there. And so newspaper and reports and all that. I know say this is not particularly something that you need to deal with. Because as Minister of Internal Affairs, that you update and work with them, and also we'll make some steps there to get some information and updates on this situation. While we get to you, maybe I'll just ask you for just provide an update quickly on deportations, especially from the US to Sierra Leone, which would expect with that number of that in the latest terms out there.
Thank you very much. I get notification. In fact, I held a meeting with the U.S. ambassador, and only 11 people they offered deportation. One day we asked for let it voluntarily come back, where a number will be part of the deportation, we did 12. So by April, they will process them, we don't identify them as Leoneans, and then we come and we receive them. So we don't make proper arrangements for receiving people there in a very humane and respectable way, even though they're coming back. Some of them, I guess, because they're not getting proper documentation, they are not criminals, and they come back, we welcome them, and then go back into society. So all these stakeholders, we don't meet, we don't put strategy in place, so that when they come, we'll receive them. One time very recently back, and then we'll receive them, I think it was Sunday. So the issue of housing or whatever, I'm not aware, and I'm sure nobody in government presently is aware of that sort of number. But what from the American ambassador himself, who came to my office, only 11. One, we did not say, let him come voluntarily. If you not come, then we will go down by the deportation. Thank you.
All right, so there are no wish. Let thousands of we country man and woman there, when they deport them. We as a government don't make it clear. They do the best for citizens. They come back for welcome them. But we pray the one every day we want day. May Allah keep the day because we the day under there is so much plenty of we with the are. And then go there, some man hustle go hustle. Some man they try their family under. So anybody we wish for let them just put the copy and account. And this part about me they call bad hearts. Bad hearts. Speaker. Make a quick updates on one issue we also don't in the news. We want to provide some quick updates on. On the 6th of February, the Supreme Court will deliver a judgment in a matter with the name Theophilus Pratt and another person versus the Ministry of Lands and others including the ministers and the NEMA. The people that will be in this case at the Supreme Court will claim say the government will unlawfully take the land and the constitutional rights to property with the constitution guarantee approved for them. The issue that is in that case will be whether the property, the land will be in question, at the state's land, and whether the process of compulsory acquisition, when you say government, they say pauper, this land here, one taker, as provided for in the Constitution, Section 21 of the 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone and the Public Lands Act, Cap 116 of the laws of Sierra Leone, and the follow the law there process again. So I repeat. The contention, the issue inside this case, that be not to say government will take the land or not take it, but if you for take it, whether government will follow, will go according to the law, when the law put so the Constitution, Section 21, and the Public Lands Act, Cap 116. So just for everyone to understand, what's they call compulsory acquisition? It's a pauper and take this from you. The Constitution gives the states the right to say land. You take it, but the Constitution will make steps the government for follow. So compulsory acquisition and the process by which governments they take possession or acquire any property in the interest of defense, public safety, public order, public morality, public health, town and country planning, development, and in a manner where it promotes the welfare of the citizens. That's laws. In this case, the Supreme Court the rule say the land in question, not to state land, And that there two individuals that will bring this case, this Thomas Pratt and the other person, they've been legally acquired the land from private citizen with all the documentation and signed by officials from the Ministry of Land, and that process day of compulsory acquisition take over by force by the states. Okay? And that process day of compulsory acquisition, the states not follow the process. So the Supreme Court, they will say the state for return the land to the private citizens when they get the land. Okay? Important for those say, because after the will, we don't see press release there around like Johnson, people they say they will take the land back from government. So the AG will make something clear. The land when I be the subject of the Supreme Court in judgment, in order not to go to Black Johnson. That land they be in Mama Beach. The parties will be there by this case, they don't come on Black Johnson. Also, the facts in this case, they don't get nothing to do with the facts in the Black Johnson case. The government acquired a piece of land at Black Johnson for this project, and the people who they affect, they compensate them in line with the two sections of those codes. So it's one of the Central Constitution and the Public Lands Act. Therefore, the AGRA the Supreme Court's ruling will not affect Black Johnson. Anybody who they come back say Supreme Court don't rule for Mama Beach. Therefore, I use that judgment day now for who apply back say, may they give me million land in Black Johnson for take the land we government will not take away from you in line with the Constitution. The AGC, anybody who attempts to do that day, you will violate the laws of Salone, and then people will be accounting. Summary. Mama Beach Supreme Court ruling on the nothing for do it. Black Johnson. The laws, the Supreme Court say government will be following steps there in Mama Beach. AG and the government will say they will follow the step there. Now, Black Johnson and the government will legally take possession of the law of the land in Black Johnson. So we are never going to confuse that. There's somebody who will talk to you. Okay. Very important update we also have to present today. And now we will take the question that will come. Mr. Minister, you are very popular, man. You have plenty of questions online. So I get one commitment here, Mr. So you know, I need all the questions will come online and then I come to the public, to the audience I have to ask. For the question that will come online, some then they will already answer, but they need help. So if you don't answer, you don't need to answer again. And I need all together, then you just do the summary answer. Yeah? Somebody say, Mr. Minister, why government only enforce the use of helmets? Why make people get the same ID with the rider? Or make people forget the same ID card with the bike man when they pass and then the states PTR with the ban for bike riders? What's the suggestion when they ask the passenger back for ID card? So for ladies. Somebody say make you talk about the development that we don't do so far in the ministry. Madam, somebody say what's happened to the removal of street traders? Would I give them permits for being shop in the first place? Say now, see why you comment on that. Somebody they asked when the outcome of the meeting, who like get conference with the bike rider and all the party. Somebody say, he said that they must say, he said when I've been discussed, say SLRSA and the Salone police for work together, but they're not able to work together. I see why. Somebody also say that the bike riders union will be part of the operation, but he said they're not a part of the operation. I think where he said they're part of the operation, I also. And he say, the other person, I think the same person is, he say, in the dialogue when we commit, say, Salone police road safety will respect the union executive in terms of any arrest. He say, well, why would they do that? And that SLRSA for being in charge for processing the arrest of bikes whenever Salone police or SLRSA effect an arrest, but it's not going like that. You see why? These are all the questions we come online. We'll ask Minister for the respond, Madam will also respond, and then we will come to one of the last questions. All right.
Thank you very much. I think that person in the listing, I thought say the last meeting over with the bike riders, SLRS, of course, the part of the police, will say the next move down of enforce the crash helmet wearing because of law. But we say because of health reasons, we will not enforce them on passengers now. That would be the next step. But for all bike riders, compulsory. ID cards, I think I want to encourage everybody for letting get a national ID cards. Because it's important way around for where the police to check for let them know who are you. Because now we get people when they come up from other countries, because we're all black, they don't even know whether you're not a foreigner or also you promote or you're not whatever. So ID cards are basically for identification, and I think government make it very easy now. It's decentralized. Please, I beg and appeal to everybody for letting me get an ID cards. Development in the ministry, as I say, we just start, but I think we don't do well. We don't engage other stakeholders, partners. We don't do brainstorming for no problems, internal consultations, and now we're on the verge of moving forward for develop a strategic plan where we will guide me, and so that we get a vision, national vision for the ministry. SLRS, of course, they are part of us. Even today, they are the meeting we will hold. Bike riders, they are part of the operations. The president won't talk, so I'm going to they say SLRS in for where we arrest bikes. But you know, it can go either way. SLRS can arrest and we can arrest because we get them powers under the Act. So we can get collaborate, or we work closely together, so we don't really get issues with them. As I say, even today in the meeting for review, the CBD plan operations. So they're not for the charge of arrest, because when you arrest, you have to go to somebody, and the police come and get our power and mandate and custody. SLRS they not get served for good person and are fined. If you don't pay the fine, then you ask the police to arrest if they want to charge. So that's how we work. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Come on, some questions. One question maybe for you, so respond to that quickly.
My question say the removal of street traders and whether they give them permit. Actually, I deliberately come with this issue of street trading because if you watch out the two categories of people, the bike riders and the street traders, they're like brothers and sisters. Like they're the same situation as the council they face in terms of congestion. So we as council not dealing with one without the other. In fact, we will say that the street trading was for me past the bike rider. Although the car has said they all get similar effect on we in terms of our planning or in terms of decongesting the city, because they occupy the space, and at the end of the day we know the challenges that will be faced as a council, especially in terms of sanitation, in terms of beautification and other things. So now in the area of the person they ask that they give permit, we not they give permit. What we do is we collect the revenue, where in terms of street trading we collect the market use. Because we get to use for petty trading. That are like you get the table. almost you pay, whether the minimum cost of 5,000, and that money is for the way we clean the market and do all the things then necessary for upkeep the market. Then we get other revenues then when our business licenses and other fields like stores, where you the trader, the identify. If that land is not a private land or not a waiting, will not get any complication, you can get your kiosk, you can get your shop, you get whatever you get, then you pay your license to me. I mean, you get your business license when a registration of your business. So that's so really operate as a council. But what make I bring this issue is that when it comes to decongestion, we're not able to deal with one without the other because they are everywhere and they all migrate from the rural setting to the urban in terms of breed and pasture. All my whole train in head, all cigarettes, all chigwam, all that they pass and street. And that's how they attract the city. That's how they make the city beautified. That's how they make attract tourists then. So we'll see how government will give support in terms of collaboration or enforcement. Because not one thing, not what we as council will able to do is by ourselves. We not get enough law enforcers, the metropolitan and police them. The city the population don't pass them. We not get enough all over from the east, central and west. So in the area of CBD, and that people they always call on the SLP for giving support. So one will see how central governments will able, one, create infrastructure for the street traders where they pass. Where in terms of permits or whatever, legal places or places where we will say, now for day. So where we get free flow of traffic, so we get effective service delivery in the city, also beautify the city. If we come with that together as local government or local council as well as central, I believe say we will able to get a very good result in everything that we will talk about, both the bike riders and the traders then, we will able to really get a very better result.
Thank you very much, Madam Hailemariam. Now we can open for questions. Please, mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody asked question just on why they ask for ID card. Minister not the answer that side. Not to the national ID card they talk about here. Now, when I bike riders, I get an ID card. You not in bike riders, you need to get ID card, the same ID card with me before I move you for can go any side. You know will be a driver, then maybe bike riders are take you sit at the same office to work. What is the proof? The proof get for him. Because that all be the make the CBD congest. Somebody take post it out, they say me na soldier. What am I with the na soldier? My ID card, I mean that I need to take it from me. It is something when you take my ID card. Let me face it. So policeman they use that, soldier man they use that, they for inside the CBD. So that the question that the way that possibly ask. Then number 2 questions about bike riders, SLP, and the road safety. During the dialogue, we go say the police arrest me, charge you to court, within a Palema road, with the sofa day, we buy them back, we go meet high court criminal. We may not a criminal, we are just a bigger hustler. You understand? We go meet with them criminals and they waiting and they go teach you in another jail. We come we can't implement it. So with that, we don't want to be implementer for anybody. We not to implement an agency. We are hustlers, we are legal hustlers. So we will plead to government and UNDP if they set up reinforce the CBD, will arrest me and bring me to the SLRC. Then give me tickets. If I don't pay that moment, let me buy back. And my family is suffer. But I don't suffer today. My family is suffer and in jail. So that is why we bring SLRSA, Sierra Leone Police, and the bike riders together for making that kind of. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Very, very useful clarifications. So now we take questions. We will take try to 2 sets of questions. And I see your Andy on this way, so I will go soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so you serve as police as well. So, when my card attended, today this afternoon, they're not for work activity, they're not for activity. Most of the bike man now officers are regarding by uniform. Now, an accusation where a lot of bike man they make more for us. Where you only boss na police level, see they once week, one bike take passenger. We say, I mean, it's not for right now, we boss now officer. So, we want to know how to get them qualified, the one they want to put in charge. For to say it's really clear. When I say one they congest the city, they get by now they will want for them. When they know they do nothing. Instead, the one they will defend them on illegally, then they will arrest. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Would I be number 2? No, I'm in already points. 1, 2, you know, even number 3. Oh, you don't declare? Okay, so 2, 3 then. Okay. They don't ask you a question. See, they don't know it's about nature. Yes, sir.
Mr. Minister, critics to the decision say you failed to take as a legal and police experts. You failed to realize the fundamental human rights of the bike riders and equal as well the employment sector in this country. They even condemned the president because they say that was not what he was voting for. They were expecting for the radical approach. One, everybody knows from time immemorial we talk about the police and the military disguised as citizens of this country. They ride the CBD areas uninterrupted whenever short laws are in existence. 2, the president and the executive failed for telling that November meeting say that a lot of police officers that when they register the bikes at the association did, and we're going to give them numbers them, whenever they break they say, yes, ASP says so. 3. Due respect, sir, as a journalist responsible, as a military between government and society, sir, they said that you take into consideration that the bike riders are responsible for between 5,000 to 10,000 people in China South Victoria. Don't want to talk about all over the country. This gentleman say there are more than 1 million people who are members of the Bike Riders Association. The fancy almost in the fitness salon. We go better with you. 4. Permit me, sir, Mr. Chairman, that in any democracy, sir, for men class division and class score with knowledge, sir, there's one for the equal rights and fairness to each and every one. That this is Africa. You go to Abuja, you go to Lagos, it's congested by motorbikes. You go to Nairobi, it's congested by motorbikes. You go to Johannesburg, Pretoria, it's congested by motorbikes. And Freetown is eaten by the sea and whatnot, the mountains. Whatever we do, don't consider life force because that is the responsibility of a given government to young people. And what's the matter, Madam talk about congestion, and when the city council knows it, the law talks in as a legal officer say, now government can provide place for the people there before ever you move into trees. However, I was in Nigeria as a correspondent when a lawyer won the case because government has no right to remove people from the street without providing them a place for go. Thank you, sir.
Don't clap. Yes, go ahead. Number 3.
Yes, this question now for the Internal Affairs Minister. On it, they were in newspaper. They don't become habitual now. The police them, they are streets, they all kill, they beat them by command them. Yes, and sometimes they crash with the passengers there. I think say that human rights abuse and the police will use another method. They're not for the old cane, the old robber, they beat people them, you know, fine. Thank you.
Number 4.
Question goes to the Bike Riders Union President. Not to say una get thief man dem na some of una members of that man dem, the jobbers and all of that. Now you use much energy for the tickets out there. What do you union do for ensure say we able to fish out some of them bad eggs there among our membership?
Fine.
Ibrahim Sesay, voice of Salone. Madam Hailemariam, as the Viton City Council, they may also be launched meeting called Transform Viton. So we get 11 sectors that will be outlined in 19 targets points there. Now, since the City Council, we will be building at the city, we don't get no new market where the council don't build, but we don't see. Now, another market involved, na Kalbato. We over 4 years now, council not able make that structure, and you talk about street trading. Waiting at the moment so far, we council don't put in place for pull traders and at it, we sell. And also the sanitation aspect. Their markets the way we see the toilet aspect is very much attractive for traders, and they collect huge amount of money na that side. How una can go about for able tackle the waste management, and where una be not say una dey create the waste management system, una dey recycling the dirty them na kinton.
All right. We have a few questions. We'll start with you, Mr. Minister. We'll respond to them quickly. One big one really, the fact say I think I read 3 of these. Officers then, they join and find ways for bypass this ban. Either they get bike them or they bike them and they say me owner. So basically the notion say the law they apply to possibly if a policeman or the policeman and they act in that way, if you like say the enforcement officers are allegedly complicit. So one for know about that. But come on, make a few points where I guess maybe not really respond to this question of congestion, human rights, life force, and on that issue. I think I've already mentioned say many other big metropolis that I work get similar restrictions on vehicular and other forms of transportation within the central business district. But I'm ready for the response to that. And then this other question is important to me, the idea say police officers in their own cane, and then they basically physically assault bike riders. In response to that, your question on that.
Thank you very much, Minister, for the questions there. Brilliant questions. Of course, I tell you we whole meeting today we will review and we look at the challenges. And definitely this came as one of the challenges for the officers where they implement the CBD and also the bike monitors with the walk between where the police and the military. I mean, some people they claim and say, oh, no, police buy and they support them. Might be part of the police uniform and witness. But of course, that no means say they forbid anybody, you know. So we'll look into those issues so for them to be addressed. If you go India and other places, definitely they are part of the police uniform, part of the protection. The issue of say in other countries like Nigeria, where you talk about, I've been there Abuja. Abuja, in fact, you know, they see bike there. They are not now this mental, they are forbidden in this city. So it may not be true that in other countries, the CBD, they are congested, bikes at the right, they drive the helter-skelter. It's not true. And then, of course, I guess one for reassure the lady from City Council that we'll work with you so that we work on those issues of street trading. Because not only street trading, for me sometimes the street begging, sometimes it's so aggressive that they beg, you know, and when I saw, it put off a lot of tourists and other people that they come in the country. What are we doing about it as a nation or as a city? So I want to make that question even to now as part of the conversation we get for engaging now with respect to indiscipline and lawlessness.
Thank you, sir. Mr. President, I'd like to come to you next. Bike riders and some man they drop back, some man get thief according to the journalist there. And then say what you do for fishing out and for holding your union accountable.
Yeah, we don't try a lot for that. And we want to assure everyone in here that bike riders don't a thief, man. We bike riders are not a thief. Because what? So not a thief. We operate with property we worth 25,000. There is no need for that go thief, something we know worth even 1,000. I'm coming. But you see, bike riders now in trade, we don't kind of Sierra Leone, we're not immune to war after the war. Somebody can just grab, they get access to bike, they go learn a bike today, tomorrow you go thief. You go call a bike rider? No. The answer is no. Not a bike rider. Somebody with a hustle, they will always know here. Some of them are journalists, some man are presenters, some man are this. Even they left you won't go thief. No, so which man will come out as a rider? Don't determine say I want past 25,000 in the day and they make pass 3 of 200 euros or 500 euros per day. They go thief again. And that they work. Now only you will not get satisfied mind. Only you will not get satisfied mind. But you, when you walk in the hand, you don't need for good thief. And the thief, what I talk about here, government itself involved in. And they give reasons. Yes. And they give reasons. Like give reasons. Many people want to add example. And they talk without example. Government involved one the court. Yes. If this man don't go thief, we don't lose big somebody in this country when I be presenting on radio, free radio, free radio. When they say they go jogging back. If father die, they cry hospital die. If me sitting here, I don't want to man back jog back, I could go cross. I climb on a station. By the time they declare the carry on. Yes, of course. They're not old thief man, we not old thief man back. When we trace, we go catch 7 when a high court criminals. When a high court criminals, I trace that case in Mississippi free from your life. Take go to court. They go find them. They go find them 6 months in prison. What did that matter for? We don't take 20, 30 years in prison. They come on and do. We can go do more than that. But if they want them, what they do, they ask a day. Government, they really treat them maturely. And now I see the negative. Trust me. Right. So all and the 19 all for our board for talk to government. Right. If this man not thief, you don't understand. If not 10 years, you have 50 years. If not you are 30, by the time you don't die. That's it. Trust. But the reason is
I think say a lot of people are really and you might probably disagree with that. The punishment for always fits the crime. Madam Asakara, the question to you now about new markets. You see, the brother say we are not replace illegal markets. What you want to do for provide alternative to sustenance them. And then you mentioned also responsibility sanitation. If you can answer the question for me 2 minutes, I'll take the next one and today I want done and stay that.
Okay. So coming to the area of market spaces, a very big challenge for me as a council. And still it boils down to this issue of congestion at the city. The number of markets we don't get previously, looking at the population and we say, the residents of Freetown, they are far more outgrown. So the market spaces now they see say traders them. So say the one family na trader. The papa they sell, the mama they sell, the pikin when they go to school, the guys they sell, on the side also like we are congested. And if you look at most of the spaces that we don't get right, it's very, very much challenging for building markets because we don't get space. All the spaces that even as I exist to Honorable Minister, most of the spaces are private sector. Government can say, council can say, this is my space, I mean property, this land, the council land. Then you see somebody put documents where they show say the great grandpa, that land there, it don't buy and so and so and so. So with all the challenges that we get a strategy, we get plans there for local people for build up new markets. Right. But as a matter of fact, we don't get space. And then we find out that the first markets, we don't try for developing. Calbasso markets and other markets and they will get plans. But one thing is that we always say ask them to pay una rates, una pay una license, local
markets. Okay. When we take the final round of questions there, I'm sorry today we got for done on time. Minister said we need for go, we said need for go. So of all the area we there, if I need for negotiate one time. I will go to the
Bien, yes, you don't take today.
Okay, I give you number 2, I give this lady number 3, I give that man with the number 4. Right. Now, quick. Sharp.
Hailemariam Desalegn working for the Vantage newspaper. As some of you know that the congestion in Freetown is a critical issue that is affecting our transport, our businesses, and the daily affairs of the county. Now, my question is for you, Honorable Minister. What strategies are in place to ensure that public awareness campaigns effectively educate citizens on the benefits and long-term impact of the conventions plan? Thank you.
Thank you. Number 2. Would I be number 2? Go ahead.
Good day.
Okay, lawyer. Yeah, in flow.
I have a question for you. You see the council. The question will go to you. You say we are not get space. Maybe they decided on a face space. Oh God. And people in the secretary. You see the shop they go to council. So you see. Secondly, you are looking at the license treaty. And the government deals from the even like state available, sorry, away according to the municipal act and according to the ordinance of the schools, they don't sell parliament, court, etc. Start to be good collecting law. Everyone was in the diversity coming to the Minister of Internal Affairs. Now, to say when I get agreement with bike riders for say, so then we take time frame with the state authority, take 6 months to get bike rider and all the documents, then because we get the arrest, and most of the journalists without reconciling to me. And the bike rider man, if you are doing me say, we don't collect money from the public money from membership. We don't have accountability up to now. And not everybody will understand saying that creates a particular program on the workshop. One day, not workshop, we get to your traffic offense. Secondly, on traffic offense.
You don't ask a question.
Sure.
So, thank you for that. Now go to the next person, number 3. By the way, I want to take you to all the journalists, media houses, where they said more and more young women, because Australia is supposed to be full with just men. So more and more female journalists are encouraged and commended on all the people for ask questions.
I want to be for TV. The question will go to Madam Asam Kamara. So once waiting about the talk, we will say for the TV. We almost say with Mama them. Na streets, then they will make what is there for put to school. And if you wanna want say for pull them, na streets for sale. Also, wanna put them for because them, wanna not go say, wanna go pull with people like na streets for them for sale. Wanna not give them place. Also, the way we put them, market them for sale. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Number 4. Yes, sir. And I'm number 4, then the partner number 5, and they close. We do a sharp to go. Yes. When I will sell a question online. Yes.
My name is Jafar Davis from Freedom Democracy. The question is, Minister of Internal Affairs, going to the fact say traffic boku, garage dem boku, street light we see plenty them police and they call motorcar for pass when they show and also street trading. Why wanna start with bike riding as way for the congested place? Then to FCC, when I concern with our pass mark garage of bike riding, bike riders garage and motorcar garage and pass mark in the city. Then they talk about tourism effect.
Thank you very much. And last question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. My name is Salone. Civil Society. I want to congratulate the government. This question will go to the president. I live at Mountain Court. Particularly my street, 4th Street, it's a one-way traffic. Your warden or what you have already got, and also don't put in place, they're not going to put a boundary like this week and say they will check the driver. The driver says no to check the then you take money and they hand. And that thing say, get signboard, wait for say, now up no more, now the traffic where they are now, don't make the resident people in that place, they don't talk to them, and therefore go to the minister to say, they don't want people to like that, faster than that. So I'll ask you, when I don't land, when a driver say, sign. When the signboard where they put, say this will not go past here, and not to the pass to go, use the other way. They say if you go past 3rd Street, when you come up.
Right.
So what happened tonight?
Right. Thank you very much. I'll thank you for the question then. I apologize to the one who won't able to take the question today. Unfortunately, we, as I say, I get another meeting where I will be there for good, the minister said one for good. But we get some really good questions there. Mr. Minister, public awareness for you, the strategies that we do for public awareness. Now, one question that day. Why would I start with bike riders is another question you get. And then I think whether you get agreement with bike riders, you will not check the document for 6 months period or not. So take that one and quickly and then we'll come to
Thank you very much, Alima, to bring down the question. I think what we did do so now part of the public awareness campaign. But then, of course, we have to do a special campaign on all of these issues, and brother will help up with this strategy together for the Minister of Information. I'm not aware of any agreement between we and the SLRSA for 6 months. At times, I think what can happen where the availability of documents, license, not illegal, then they can do a sort of notice or letter, but I'm not aware of it at all. Then we start with the bike riders. It was a big concern. Parliament and everybody, the harm also will be the cost. Broke leg, jog pad, and it was just too much. But in any case, we have to start somewhere. So let's say 1,000 miles journey starts with a single step. So we don't take that, then we will now go move on the other issues. So it's always good for letting you do something, you learn, and then you move. You consolidate, you move. You don't learn the lessons from which you don't do. So street lights, what with the police taking, call traffic. So then the traffic don't congest. I mean the traffic lights are mechanical actually for help. in case police study. But in police study, they don't say some side on so congested that they can be able to control so that movement will be, people don't get stuck in traffic for long, then they can pull the traffic. Or maybe some visitors, dignitaries that they can, or maybe the emergency vehicles, ambulance, police, they don't say pass, let's stop because maybe then they respond to a fire incident. You know, we let them wait there somebody in house they bomb. So when they see that kind of situation, and they can help for facilitate. So now mechanical or also human. The waiting the light not be able to do, they not go see the other side and waiting the congestion. So if the police see, then they can want for ease the situation. So now that may also they can call. Not that they can get one call because they want call. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Madam Hassan Kamara, let me just talk about this same question. Don't they keep on the camp say when they collect due and therefore they maximize with it. Remember, they don't get the mail, I think a couple of times now. This question always can come where we host the Naya, same question for you. And then we sister say, you know, it's not very important issues. I mean, they really sell that eats. Now, my mother didn't sell school, they pay school fee, they go school. But now the alternative, what they do, and they think of, I'm not saying inside the million plan, as already delay, but maybe use this opportunity for you just clarify on that. And then there was a question about whether you consider about park cars that eat and then tell them. I really want to say that they try to keep out 2 minutes. So short answer.
Yeah, so quick one in the area of legitimizing and street trading. What do we do as a council? We try for designate some streets, just like how we used to do. We designate some streets to traders within the CBD. Because we know some where we pull them as streets. That's not the livelihood support and they need. So we designate streets where we monitor. And another strategy what we use, because of the space and the congestion what we talk about, and we know that they get the support, what we do, we always say for pushback. And the pushback will not want to reset them or collaborate with the structures within the market spaces as well as SFP and other structures that we, institutions that we involved for we will push them in. Because the reason being that they affect service delivery. If they come in money for gold, then also all man they can focus sell and treat. Traffic not will flow. So these are some of the things that we not also will pull them. So my dear sister, we know they pull them. What do? They push them. So now that they also here, this is guys talk about pushback. Yeah? And the area of the garages, cars, yes. So I'm very honored for them among the ministers and who are not saying the message they go, and we all as members of the fourth estate. For make this message go to we lawmakers, then it's right for we bylaw, with sanitation bylaw and other things there, because one of the things that council will look at the garages them, not only congesting the city, they also they dirty the city. There's scraps, there's other metal, there's so many things. So if they give we the power, because we as council they work on ourselves, now the mandate that they give me, the power what they give me, what's in there the law, what's the bylaw say, or the local government act say, now we act on. So if we don't get that power, they will be able for the implement or enforce the law whether for doing garage, street parking and other things there. So, quick one, just that's again for
Thank you very much. Mr. President, whether you train your guide them on signs and streets them, because one issue one day sign the day so with the work and go the other way. I think that the question that they will get. Quickly, you have 1 minute.
John Leopold, they say GSNO. We write a project where $2 million project to UNDP for tribal membership across the country. Yes. $2 million project for trained bike riders in your on UNDP. Since I'm coming. Hold on. When I ask questions, the money will not see the money big. We will not see the money big because we get a pass down. We get $2 million project to write to UNDP for train the bike riders union across the country under the Peace Building Fund. Since 2024, we don't start the training from 2023, 2024, with the end of this 2025 across. As I said also, today said I need to sleep here because we're going training and go distance. But we talk tomorrow. After they talk to you, the UNDP coordinator here, now they call me. This is not joke. That is the reason why we signed that dialogue. Yeah? Kofi Annan Training Center that they can train we as executive. Police and Dede, SLRS and Dede, you don't understand? For those who say sanity, peace, then that's right. And if you see, from 6, we don't start the training. The bike riders, you know, the riders don't begin change. Why? Sir?
What they manage it?
Now UNDP.
Okay, not so much.
Not so good. Yeah. We write the project when they manage the money for 3 weeks. You don't mean say what say $2 million we'll get some more. No. And then get time. So that I just want for them that don't say we the train. And I don't even write to SLRSA. Because now one of the responsibilities down there for training for road signs.
Thank you.
Now answer the fine question, sir.
Well, time number.
Okay. Thank you.
So I want to take this opportunity now for say very special thank you to Una and the media for Una always a camp and Una they continue for cover this press conference and provide information to the people of Salone. So Minister Mori Lengo, thank you and congratulations on the good work you do. Madam Hassan Kamara, thank you for rejoining me, and President Ishmael Sani, President for the Bike Riders Union. I want for them to say in March, 1 month from now, we will begin to do a Civic Day series, where we take the civic press engagement across the country, and next month we will Cambia. So next month we will go and take the government to the people of this country. And some of them are invited for joining me. We'll come there with some government ministers there for answering people and questions, citizen questions. It's not part of the efforts there to continue to take the government. Until next week, Assalamu alaikum.